What's going on, everyone? We are back with another episode of the 617 Sports Pod. We're going to be talking about the Celtics today. It's been a week or so since we talked about them, kind of just going through the motion to the end of the regular season. About 7 more games, 8 more games into
Mhm.
playoffs. So, yeah, we're just going to talk about the last couple weeks and how they've faced off against some of the top West teams, how they look Tatum finally kind of getting off that minute restriction and like finally getting that one game he needed. That was like
My God,
last night was like the first game
he
they
needed
had
it.
they like played through him. Like they
Hmm.
really wouldn't have won that game
Man,
without him. Um, it was 20, 20, 30 point lead, kind of like the whole time. It felt like Hornets came out of the second half a little more rejuvenated. Must have came up with a nice game plan and tried to tie up that score, but they couldn't quite seem to cross that finish line. We got our revenge back from that meltdown we had in the Garden a couple weeks ago.
remind me about it.
Tatum even tried hitting LaMelo with one of his own running one-legged threes. that was interesting to see. And now he's confident. He's taking those. Like
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know
he
if he did
was.
or not, but he probably looked like right at LaMelo after like, "What's up, dude? Like I can do this shit too." And I just came off an Achilles injury. Like
Oh my God, he doesn't even look like he came off an injury last night.
no,
He genuinely looks like he's
not
back to
anymore.
MVP form.
Not anymore. Yeah, he's
He's back to efficiency. I mean, he's had. Uh, I mean, even the games where he scored upwards, over like 15. Almost every game he's been back, he's been very inefficient, which isn't. I mean, he came off an Achilles injury, but this is the first game where it's. I mean, he's over 50% field goal, 50% on threes, 5 rebounds and 8 assists. I mean, he's only 31 minutes. I mean, I don't know. The only other player in the league doing shit like this is fucking SGA. So
it's really good to see. Like you said, he only played 30 minutes. They basically ran the entire offense through him the entire
mhm.
time. Um,
And with eight
yeah,
assists, like
yeah.
he's
Every
30
single
points with
he
eight
had
assists.
so many moments you could just watch the whole game, and it was like Tatum is in his fucking bag tonight, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it was over, but he hit like a baseline fadeaway, like late in the first
I
half,
mean,
maybe or early in the second half, and it was so smooth, dude. Like Tatum was deep in his bag last night, man. He was hitting
honestly, yeah.
threes at a high rate. Like his offensive game looked really good last night. He was driving. That's like the most complete game we could have asked for. Something we've kind of been
Really
waiting
was.
for a couple weeks.
I mean, the last 3 games, I would say, have completely. I mean, there's one more game I want to see, but the last 3 games leading into the playoffs right
Against
here,
a specific opponent.
yeah, the Knicks game that's coming up, I want to see. But these last 3 games have definitely proven to me that I think we are
Knicks?
going to just make out the East.
The Knicks?
I mean, yeah, no, I gotta see. I
Really?
just want to see how we play
No, I know,
against the
I get it.
Knicks.
Is it in New York?
I mean, I'm not fucking worried.
It's in New York.
I think it is in New York. Yeah,
You think he's gonna be? He's gonna be a head case that day, dude. Like
we
he's
have
either
to be
coming
playing
out. I'm
both.
telling you right now. He's either. Oh my god, my mic is all the way over here. I didn't realize it was like on the other side of my desk. My fault if my mic quality was shitty for the first 4 minutes of this, y'all. Yeah, so I'll be curious to see how he comes out.
Hmm.
Obviously, you know where he tore his Achilles. By the time he plays that game, it'll be like 11 months from the injury. Um, I don't think he'll affect him too much. I mean, he's already played multiple good games. He
And
had
he
that
just
really
had his
good
most
game
efficient
last.
night.
Yeah, I don't think,
Like,
but it is hard. Like he's gonna see that spot where he tore his leg, and like
yeah,
you know, have a little moment, like you know what I mean. But
yeah, he
I think
can. There
all
could
in
be
all, I
some
mean,
mental shit there, but I think he wants to go in there and kind of.
we were winning that game, man. He
I'm
had
thinking
40 in the.
50
He's also
points.
he's also gonna walk into that arena and think to himself, like, last time I was in here, yeah,
We
I
were
tore
winning,
my.
bro. We were about to
Not
win
only
this
that,
shit.
but I tore my Achilles. But I had like, what was it, 42 when he tore his
What
Achilles
game was
last
it?
night? It was the last game of the playoffs against the Knicks in 25.
Shit.
I want to say he had 42. But yeah, he's definitely gonna have a high, a lot of
It was game
emotion.
5.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he played game 5. What is
Was
it?
it?
Game
Was it
4?
3? Oh, it was either 3 or 4
It was
then.
3, I think. I think it was 3. I think it was game
It was
3.
4. Yeah, he had
Was it game
42
4?
on 42 on 16 for 28 from the field. I mean, dude, he was se- 7 for 16, so like 43% from 3. 16 for 28, like 58% from the field. So like he was having a really good game. He's not just gonna sit there in that arena and think like, "Oh my god, this is where I tore my Achilles," like, and have all this worry. He's also gonna might think to himself, like, last time I was in this arena, I was also a dog. Like, it wasn't just
Slamming.
you know. But that will be an interesting game. I just kind of want to go over, like we mentioned, the last couple weeks. So I'm
His
gonna
last
kind of
3 games? Or you want to talk
even
about the Timberwolves as well? Or the Timberwolves game was fucking.
yeah. So let's just go. We can
We
go game
can't
by
be
game.
losing
Yeah.
that.
So that Timberwolves game. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna get a Bone Thailand game like that ever again. And I think that was probably one of Hugo's worst games of the year. He was not. He wasn't good against in that Timberwolves game. Bones Highland was kind of just picking on him. He was going all at him. He was mocking him. He was picking all
At
over him.
23 from a fucking bench.
Like it's like that same game we lost to the Hornets in the Garden. Like it is what it is. We're not gonna always lose those games.
Yeah, we also went 9 for 33 from 3. It's just.
And we also, yeah, and I mean, Tatum and Brown combined shot 15 for 52. Not a great, 42, sorry. 15 for 42. I mean, that's
Inefficient.
basically 33% between our best two players.
Mm.
And then Pritchard also going 4 for 11. So, I mean, is what it is. You're not going to get those kind of performances ever again.
No, that's like a once in a year.
I really wanted to see that game against Ant.
Yeah,
But
and not playing probably had something to do with it too. They didn't try.
Give it to the Timberwolves. That was the first time winning in TD Garden in like 22 years.
We really lost that to it. Oh my god. No Ant. Game that then right into the Thunder game, and I had multiple friends of mine telling me that after that Timberwolves game we were not a contender anymore. I was like, y'all need to calm down, chill out. It's one game. We're gonna win tonight. And I was told, I know, I was told by everybody that I'm friends with at work at least. The Thunder were gonna slam our shit, and I was like, nah, we got this tonight. And yeah, I mean, that was a Jaylen Brown masterpiece.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown masterpiece. Shot over 50% from the field. Didn't take that many threes. He was driving. He was not relying on his 3 balls, and it ended up getting him an efficient 31 with basically a triple double in under 40 minutes and over 50% from the field.
He went in there with a statement of, I'm gonna make them foul.
Yeah.
He wanted to go play the foul team and fucking get to the line and prove that he can do it, and he proved it. And that's, if I was any other team in the East, I'd be terrified, because I think Jaylen Brown that night became the SGA of the fucking East.
I don't think it's in Jaylen Brown's game. I don't think it's something he's going to do every night, but I think it was something he wanted to do to give SGA kind of a taste of his own medicine. Of like, what it's
Didn't
like
he do it?
He had 12 for 4. He was 12 for 14. Free throws. Which
was it the Hawks game? No, he didn't play the Hawks.
So many.
Oh yeah, he's been out for the last.
He only missed 1.
Last 2 games.
Oh, was 2?
No, he didn't play the Hawk. He didn't play the Hawks either. And he didn't play last night.
He hit that 65 game mark. So what I think they're trying to do.
He also had the he has an Achilles. What's what's it called? Oh my god, tendonitis.
Tendonitis, yeah. I'm not too worried
Yeah,
about that. I think it is what it
no,
is.
he just needs to rest.
So I think what they're kind of trying to do is they get that 65 game mark down, right?
Mhm.
If they
Could
can,
also be bullshit.
he could win, true. He could win his awards. He can do whatever. Like he got hit that 65 game mark down.
Yeah,
Now
if he's not
they
first team,
try
by
and
the way.
ease Tatum back into the like. All right, you need to be top dog again. Like carry this team for the next couple weeks, and Jaylen
Yeah,
Brown needs to
honestly,
fit in some games, so that way, come playoff time, Tatum's a little more ready, and it's not like the atmosphere goes from like 40 to like 80, 90% more
mm,
intensity. You know what I mean?
the
So they're kind of
only
trying to ease up on Jaylen Brown. He carried a lot of the workload all year long. They're just kind of giving him this 15-10 game kind of leniency and kind of, here you go, Tatum,
mm,
figure it out for the next 10, 11 games. Basically meaningless games. I mean, yeah, we beat the Hornets last night. Like, we're going to play the Hawks tonight. And none of these games are really like, unless we're going to try and get to the first seed, which I don't even think is possible. We're still 4.5 games
mm,
back. Only four and we're 4.5 games back.
four
And
game
still only
four.
11 games left.
So
So
we end up
it's
beating
four
that,
and up.
yeah. And
I
it's
think that would be
8.
tough.
We got 8 left, and the
Yeah.
Pistons also have 8 left. They'd pretty much they'd have to lose 5. We'd have to win all of ours.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unrealistic. But
Very unrealistic because they're playing the actually Thunder. They could definitely lose to. Then they play the Raptors, the Wolves, Sixers. Definitely going to beat the Sixers. Definitely going to beat the Raptors. Probably going to beat the Magic. Probably going to beat the Bucks. Could lose to the Hornets. Could lose to the Pacers.
it's hard for
Could
me to
lose
sit
to the
here and
Thunder.
predict that, though, because we don't know how many games of Jaylen Brown we're going to see out of these next 8. I realistically
Yeah.
only
No,
see
I'm
him
talking about
playing-
the Pistons. That's who they're playing the next 8.
Them. All right,
And
my fault.
they probably have 3 that I could definitely see them losing, but they have 5 that I don't see them losing.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
probably locked on first seed minus, I don't know, some crazy shit, but we are not locked on second seed, and I would like to be locked on second seed. We're only 2 games ahead of the Knicks, and that's in 8 games. It's very possible to lose, especially, but we do play them. That's the only game I even want to see Jaylen Brown step on a court for. I'm not gonna lie. He's been doing so much this entire year. I mean, I wouldn't mind him playing the Hornets either.
So
But
that's something I had on my plate that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, with the second game against the Hornets, they kind of seemed like they are mini us. They have Charles Lee. He came from our coaching staff. We've talked about this before. They took a
Mhm.
lot of threes, and they
Yep.
missed a lot of threes. Like, if we match up against them in the playoffs, I do not see them beating us at our own game. We're not going to sit here and win. They're not going to sit here and win a series shooting and missing threes while we're also shooting and missing threes, because we have Tatum and Brown and Kata who are more established than anyone on their roster at getting to the paint and getting fouled and getting
Getting
buckets
no on.
otherwise outside of hitting threes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying LaMelo can't and Brandon Miller and Con Canoopel, but I just think we're a little bit better than that. I think they can maybe make it a 6-game series, but I think if the Hornets match up against us at any point, if they can even make it past the first round, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
It's a 5-game
That's going to be a scary game
maybe,
for them.
Maybe 6.
That playing game's terrifying because you never know. Any team, any of those 4 teams could come out of there, like on each side. Those games are terrifying. One game, do or die.
I want to see a high assist game from Tatum tonight. So I'm looking at the box.
Yeah, I want to see some playmaking.
I'm looking at the box score, and he had a good 30 piece against with the Hornets, 26, but on 8 for 24 and only 5 assists. So we know how the Hawks play. They're aggressive. They're fast paced. They have Dyson Daniels. They're gonna send 2. They're gonna be picking up Tatum full court. Like, they are scrappy. They fight for every rebound. They're a mid team, but they don't play like it. They play like a high level team. I want to see Tatum recognizing the double team quicker, earlier. I want to see him getting more than 5 assists. He already knows how they're going to be. He just played them 2 nights ago. So unless he can figure out in the defense better than he did the other night, I want to see him kind of take those shots from 24 down to like 17 and have 11 assists instead of 5. That's something I'm going to be looking forward to tonight.
To see him get the team more involved and go back to that kind of scoring playmaker.
Yeah, he's
where
going to be.
Once he gets his efficiency back up, he doesn't need to shoot as much. And
focus point for the Hawks defense tonight. So I would look for more.
They have to, especially if Jaylen Brown's not on the court again.
Hauser and Derek White catch and shoot threes, and Pritchard working more off of ISOs than kind of Tatum.
I feel like he definitely could have also had more than 5.
Yeah, he should definitely have more than 5. The kind of fact that he shot 8 for 20.
I mean, Derek White.
5 is kind of crazy.
Derek White 3 for 13.
Yeah, he's been in a
that night.
Still, he hasn't really.
Hauser went 2 for 5 from threes that night.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch that game moment to moment, or beginning to end.
Yeah.
I didn't really see who he was passing to off the doubles, but I mean, our team in general shot super inefficient that night, except for, I guess our 3 wasn't horrible. It was a 40%, but there was a lot of our players just not fucking scoring, other than Pritchard.
So, I was thinking of
he actually had an insane night then.
I was thinking of something earlier today, and I was thinking about, how crazy of it is of a trio that we actually have between Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and Pritchard. They all can, all 3-level scorers. Obviously Pritchard can't dunk, but he's crafty. He can hit mid ranges. He's
got a crazy layup package. I'd take that over the dunk package.
Deep threes, he's got it all.
Yep.
Tatum and Brown, we know what they do. So
I think that third level of scoring can either be really good layups or solid. You can't stop me if I get close to the rim. I'm dunking it. He's got the other side of that with the layups for sure.
Yeah.
So I'd 100% count him in the three layers of scoring.
I was looking into it after I thought about that, and because Jayson Tatum and Pritchard had 60 versus the Hornets last night, so it made me think. So I went back from every game from last night all the way to the beginning of February, and I'm just gonna kind of sit here, and it's gonna be me just throwing some numbers out at you from a few games from the last month. But just listen to this. So this is actually kind of insane to me, how many 50 and 60-point games we have from duos and trios. Jayson Tatum and Pritchard against the Hawks, 62. Jayson Tatum and Derek White against the Thunder in that game that Brown got ejected, and they would have had 70 between the 3 of them. They had 58 with just Tatum and Derek White. Pritchard and Pritch and JT against the Thunder, 64. 55. They had 55 on that terrible game against the Timberwolves. The 3 of them still managed to put up 65. 62 versus the Grizzlies, 75 versus the Grizzlies, 81 versus the Suns, 61 versus the Cavs. JT's first night back, they had 57, and JT only had 15. That's just with the 3 of them. With just JB and Pritchard, it's 62 against the Lakers, 50 against the Bulls, 48 against the Thunder, 50 against the Warriors, 53 against the Heat, 50 against Brooklyn, 60 against the Mavericks. Well, now, with that being said, there was some games in there before Tatum got back with Pritchard and Brown. And I'm not just going to sit up here and give you all the goods. I'm going to give you some of the bad ones too. So there's 7 more games right here. Pritchard and Brown against the Hornets, 20. Pritchard was held scoreless, 24 minutes, 0 for 6. 27 against the Sixers between the 2 of them. Pritchard was held scoreless, 27 minutes, 4 shots. 26 against the Nuggets.
Remember that game.
26 against the Nuggets, Pritch had 3. 37 against Milwaukee, Pritch had 7. So I think there's just so many opportunities and different ways to score. There's the Jayson Tatum and Brown, they're gonna take you mid-range and hit some threes and kind of drive. Pritchard is just gonna work you until you're tired, and he's gonna hit the 3 if he has room, or he's gonna run around you after dribbling for 12 seconds and he's just gonna sneak past you. He's very good at getting contact. He's small. He stays very low to the court, which is key for a guy his size. He stays so low to the court. It's so hard for guys that are 6'7", 6'8". They can't keep up with him. And you would think they got all this size and length and height, and it's easy for them to guard him. But Pritchard is literally just a 2 3 inch taller version of Isaiah Thomas with a not as good ball handle. Actually, I don't know.
No,
I
I
don't
see.
know.
I was just about to say this after you finished your thought. I swear on. I'm glad you kind of
He
took
threw
that back a
that.
little bit because I I think Pritchard has the most underrated ball handling in the league. It's not talked about enough.
Yeah,
It's not
no,
talked about how much he can
it's
just
really
get
not.
into the paint and score when he's so tiny. He does it against giants, literal
He
giants.
he is actually like literally like he's
One of the
insane.
best ball handlers. One of the
He is
best ball
absolutely
handlers.
insane. Like my mom does not watch Celtics games at all or anything, but
Hmm.
like she texted me at one point last week and she was like, "Dude, does Pritchard ever miss a fucking shot?" And I was like, "I don't think he does. Like he doesn't." And my mom
He
told me
definitely
that.
does.
Like
But
she doesn't watch games. She don't know this shit. Like I was like,
uh,
she must have been tuned in on one of them because my dad was probably watching. But yeah, Pritchard
he's
does not miss, man.
he's so
And you can
fucking
tell with Pritchard to me, like his shots, like you
it's
can tell, like as soon as he shoots it, like that's going in. That is going in.
going.
Like, and you
He's
want to
so
know a crazy stat, dude? If he has a buzzer beater or I don't know if it's a shot clock buzzer, but I think if he has a quarter ending buzzer beater this season, the Celtics are 17-1 when he beats a buzzer.
that's it's absurd.
Crazy.
He's right now 17, 4, 5, and 45% off
17.
the bench.
They
Off the
actually
bench.
he's not eligible for the 6-man award this year.
Nope, not at all.
He started
But
43. Once you start 42 games, that's it.
yep. Because he started the entire half of the season, they were like, "This ain't working." I mean, honestly, if he was off the bench the entire season, I would give him 3 more points. Probably up his 3 point percentage by like 3%.
Well, and you got to figure too. Like I say,
He's just better off the bench.
I give
He's
him.
just always been better off the bench. He's a
Yeah.
the best bench player in the league.
Some players aren't good coming starting, and instead
I
of
don't
coming off
even
the
know why
bench,
it
like
is.
your Lou Wills and your fucking
He's just a
Jamal
fucking.
Crawfords, like.
I swear it's because
That'd be smart.
the good defensive players on the opposite team just forget. They're like, he'll just come off the fucking bench. They're like, it's a white guy off the bench. And they're like, fuck, wait, it's Peyton Pritchard. God damn it. Did he just take a 3 from 40 feet? What the fuck?
He
He just got off the bench.
He is so relentless. Like he does not care. He is no fair.
No, he doesn't.
Like he had to have started training for basketball like really really early.
Yeah, dude.
He
was like 3 years old, dribbling.
Like on some LaMelo Ball and Lonzo shit.
Dude, 100%. He puts in so much work, and he has to. I mean, think about a Peyton Pritchard that's 6'7". Give him 6 inches, see what he does.
He's a top 3 ball handler in the league. Like I don't care.
He is
100%.
100%. That's why I'll
Disagree.
die on the hill.
Literally, do not watch games, and I don't care.
I die on the hill. Die on the
His
hill.
bag is so fucking deep. It's actually like nuts. It's insane. Doesn't make. Sense.
He doesn't lose the ball. I don't even remember. I don't even think of I can't think of a play where Peyton Pritchard's lost the ball dribbling in.
When you mentioned,
like I can't think of him dribbling in and losing the ball at all. And I watch. It doesn't happen. Even against the best Steelers in the league. Like,
he strikes me as one of those guys who's like very good on like the mental part of the game, where like he doesn't focus on what he's about to do with the ball before he has it. So like if he's going to catch a ball and he's like trying to think of something to do with it before he has it, type of thing, if that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But what I was going to say when you brought up the 6-man thing and him kind of starting, you said he would average like 3 more points and an assist or 2, or maybe a rebound and a couple more field goals, higher field goal percentage. I think I kind of give him and Derek White a little more leeway this year, considering like I'm not a huge like advanced number, analytics, all that extra bullshit, whatever, yada yada yada. But one of them that I do like is the usage rate, and I haven't looked at it, and I don't know what they are, but I know Derek White's is a little higher than last season. And I think if Pritchard had, it kind of doesn't make sense, but it does. If he had a little lower of a usage rate throughout the whole season, like he would have so much more efficient on him. Yeah, he'd be more efficient. Like he needs the ball less to do more. Like, there's not a lot of players you can send
you
out of
also
like him and Derek White literally need the ball less to do more because Pritchard
they had to. They also had
great
to
doing it off the bench, and Derek White does it better just sitting in a corner and slashing. Like they're not meant primary ball handlers, and they kind of had to step into that role this year.
They did because we lost,
and they did amazing.
We lost two primary ball handlers. We lost. Tatum was out for pretty much the entire year, so they had to learn how to play without him. And we lost Drew Holiday. That was primary ball handler. And I mean, he wasn't playing it that often, but we lost Porzingis as well. And we lost Al Horford.
I mean, we had Simons for the first, 35, 40 games.
But we never used him a lot. We didn't use him as much as we should have. We should have used Simons way more. But I also knew they were trying to trade for him.
Everyone knew why we were trading him. Him. And,
we needed
trade, and we were trading him before the trade deadline. And I just felt like there was too many people that were way upset. Like, why didn't we keep Anthony Simons? Why didn't this?
We needed Vooch.
We were never, ever in a realistic world keeping Anthony Simons. It was never happening. Everyone
for a deep run, we need a good center.
Like, he literally helped us probably just get through the first, 40-45% of the season, and then Boston said, "See ya." Like,
what was it? I think on one of the
we did, but people are kind of like.
They were losing it for no reason.
Like, he doesn't have room on this team with Pritchard and Derek White and Brown and Tatum. Like,
on one of the casts, I think one of the first ones I was on here, we got Vooch because to make a deep run, we need a good center. Like, we need a consistent center with rebounding and all that, right? But I don't even think getting Vooch was to have Vooch. I think getting Vooch was to train Keita into a better role.
No, I think it was to get Vooch. I mean,
obviously.
Keita and Garza were never going to be good enough for just them two being the bigs throughout the entire playoffs. If you want to make a run, so them trading for Vooch.
But I think Vooch makes Keita better.
Yeah, I think it does.
I think we've already seen the short.
Kind of glad that you kind of brought up Vooch in the playoffs because
we need him.
I'm gonna, if you want to sit here and think about it, I'm gonna kind of cut down my roster because obviously come playoff time, it's only gonna be like an 8, maybe 9-man rotation. So I don't know who gets cut off that roster, but this is what I would do. So obviously Tatum, Brown, Pritchard, Hauser, Derek White, Shireman, Hugo. That's already 7, and you don't have Luka, Keita, or Vooch.
I think we need Keita in there. I mean, he's averaging 10.
I think it's going to have to be a 9-man rotation.
10 and 8?
I think it's going to have to be a 9-man rotation, and it'll be a 3 big-man rotation, but only 2 of them at a time. So, Vooch will be the starter, and, depending on the situation, Keita and Garza would just, flip-flop. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. It's going to be very interesting because how are you going to sit here? We have 3 centers that are all fairly different play styles, right? Vooch is a back-to-basket and a stretch big. Not the best rebounder, but, he can do it. Keita is a low dunking spot big who can't stretch the floor and is okay at offensive rebounds, but he's better at defensive rebounds. And then Garza is...
I'm not even worried about rebounds anymore.
Floor stretcher and an offensive rebounder. So, between the 3 of them, I feel like they have 3 kind of totally different play styles. And it's just going to be situational basketball, and just whoever is on the court at that time is literally... they're going to have to put their egos behind them and just kind of go with the flow. I trust Joe to make the best decision in every situation 9 times out of 10 and twice on Sundays, but
so most of those games are on Sundays.
But I think it's unfortunate. Guys like Ron Harper Jr. and even Walsh, Walsh is someone I want to talk about from last night. Ron Harper Jr. and Walsh, guys like them, they have spotty minutes all year long. I don't see them getting consistent time in the playoffs. If anything, Walsh will because he's a high energy guy, great defense. He brings it every night, every time.
Rebounder.
He hasn't played for I don't know if it was last game or 2 games ago. He didn't play for 4 or 5 games in a row, and then came out and looked like he was playing every game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't have the most efficient game last night, but he, like, for a point, it just seemed like every time I was listening and watching in the game, it was Jordan Walsh this, Jordan Walsh that. Jordan Walsh got a block. He had a rebound. He was fighting for a ball at half court. Like, he makes the right plays every single time, and it's so hard to have that kind of guy on your roster who's like the 12th man and just be like, yeah, you're not gonna get shit for playoff time besides, like, you know,
Well, games here and there if somebody needs the rest.
the last like 3 minutes if we're up by like 25, which isn't really gonna happen in the playoffs. It's unfortunate. I think it's going to be a lot of tough decisions with the roster spots come playoff time. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very intrigued to see one who we match up against and how our big man rotations work out. Because same thing with Garza, like, he doesn't get his number called a lot. I mean, he has been with Vooch, obviously hasn't been playing, and he can go 37 minutes, and you need him to play the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter. And Luka Garza will come out there like he's been playing the entire time. Like, he brings the energy, he fights for everything. He will get you 3 offensive boards in a row. Like, he just fights for everything.
It really does. I mean,
just shows their. I love to see it because, like, it's the stay ready crew. They stay ready every time the number is called. Someone random shows up. Ron Harper last night played 10 minutes, rolled his ankle, and I think he had like 8 points in like a short amount of time. Like, he just made the right.
He didn't miss a shot. He went 3 for 3. No, he went 3 for 3 with a two field goals and a 3-pointer.
I think one of them was like a fast break 3. He just pulled it. Like, he didn't even care.
Such a good player, dude.
Such a good player.
I just want him to play more.
So glad. I know. I'm so glad he's still on the roster.
We've only played him 3 games this season. Or no.
Ron Harper Jr.?
Games played 9. Or no. 25. We played him 25. I mean,
but he didn't even start the season on the roster. I don't even know how we acquired him. Did he start the season on the roster?
I think he did. He was off the Pistons. He was off the Pistons last year. But he only played 1 game for the Pistons last year. Played 1 game for the Raptors the year before that, 9 games for the Raptors the year before that.
Speaking of the Raptors,
this is the most game.
Speaking of the Raptors, did you see the melt? Oh, who did they just play, dude? The Raptors just played someone, and they had one of the biggest. Whoever the Raptors were playing had the biggest meltdown of like all time. Oh, the Magic. Dude, the Thunder, the Raptors put up like, I think 35 points straight on the Raptors.
Magic?
On the Magic, yeah. Jesus.
139 to 87?
Yeah, I think they put up like 35 straight on the Magic. I think it was like...
Jesus Christ. 43 to 25 quarter in the third.
I don't know what the exact margin was, but I think it was like 30 plus straight against the Magic. Like,
they beat him by 51. That's absurd.
And the Raptors against the Magic are a playoff team. Like, what are we doing?
They're a playoff team. They're not even horrible.
They have like one of the better defenses.
I mean, everybody was scoring on the Raptors. 24, 23, 11, 11, 12, 14, 11, 19 from their...
Yeah.
From somebody I don't even... Who the fuck is this?
But,
actually,
I think that about wrap things up here for me. I'm on auto, man. I got 8 more games. I'm just waiting.
Yep.
Waiting for the playoffs.
I can't wait for the playoffs. I cannot wait for the playoffs.
I would absolutely love for the Celtics to somehow pull off the first seed, but it's unrealistic and it won't happen. It's what it is.
It would be magic. It would literally be magic.
Yeah.
We'd have to win out all 8 of these games, and the Pistons lose
5. You said.
Yeah, pretty much.
5 earlier, so yeah, it's just
that's what it
is. I don't think home court advantage is like the. I mean, it's nice, but it's not like the biggest thing. I mean,
there'd only be 3
games in New
if
York,
we take this. We take this second seed and we win most of these games coming up. There'd only be 3 teams that we won't. Yes, there'd there'd only be 3 teams that we wouldn't have home court advantage against, which would be the Thunder, the Spurs, and the Pistons. So
That makes sense.
there would only be 2 teams we could potentially play, and
I mean, it's nice
you
to
never
get-
know.
It would be nice at least just to
Yeah.
get through the East. But like I said, I mean, we had it last year, and we lost the first 2 games to the Knicks. So like,
It was
we can have it. Doesn't
fully
always-
healthy team. Lost
doesn't
2.
always,
Lost first 2 is what it is.
Okay.
And we choked. So bad.
But
In both those games, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
I think that about wraps things up here for me. I don't got much else I want to add in. Like I said, I'm kind of on all these last 7-8 games. I'm watching them all.
Yeah, I just want to get to the playoffs.
Playoffs, man. I got my attention on baseball right now. Those Red Sox were
it's gonna be
shitty yesterday. Woo!
They were shitty. I didn't even see.
They were shitty, buddy.
They were shitty.
They played tonight at 8. It wasn't a bad game. They only lost by 1, but it was just a bunch of bullshit. That's what it is. It's only game 3 out of 162, so you're not gonna hear me complain too much.
They're 1-2 right now. We lost by 1 in both those games.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a bunch of fucking
Saturday and yesterday.
dramatic bullshit, but it's what it is. But
We play another 3 games against the Astros.
yeah. But with that being said, we're gonna wrap things up here, folks. Thank you guys for listening, Dylan. Thank you for coming on to the podcast yet again.
Of course, always.
Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you send it to a friend. Leave comments if you want to tell us something about the Celtics season and any of your predictions, what you think their playoff run might look like. And thank you guys for listening. Send it to a friend. Spotify, podcast, Apple Podcast, YouTube, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.